Every morning when I leave my house to go to school, I am exposed to this view, which I describe as rich and full of aspiration. This is Ebony Park in Tembisa, where informality has taken over the area as people have come from different parts of rural South Africa in search of economic prosperity. Welcome to Peas in a Pod podcast. Whether you're an informal trader, planner, or just an ordinary citizen with little knowledge of informality and planning processes, I hope I can expand your knowledge about these topics over the series of 5 episodes. I plan to unpack informality through the lens of land use management. The South African apartheid planning legacy has proven difficult and complex to address and reverse. The effects of apartheid planning are still evident in South African cities and continue to affect the most vulnerable communities. Post apartheid planning has done very little to address this effectively and appropriately. Key legislation during this period included post apartheid and pre Spluma spatial planning systems, including the Development Facilitation Act number 67 of 1995, also known as the DFA, the White Paper on Spatial Planning, as well as the Land Use Management and Land Development Policy of 2000. Land use management refers to the system of legal requirements and regulations that apply to land in order to achieve desirable and harmonious development of the built environment. Over the past 20 years, the sector has greatly evolved. Key to this transformation is the implementation of Spluma. The motive behind Spluma is to engender positive reforms of spatial planning and land management. In order to be a driving force of spatial transformation, Spluma sets out to promote flexible and responsive administrative as well as institutional arrangements and to implement the appropriate management of informal settlements as well as disadvantaged areas. African cities are increasingly being characterized by informality, with many scholars describing the urbanization occurring in Africa as the urbanization of poverty. Simply put, informality describes the absence of formality and actors who negotiate their own terms outside the bounds of formally recognized processes. Informality has different and divergent connotations. The phenomenon is often associated with the landscapes of poverty, defiance, and even criminality. The idea of informality also connotes casual and spontaneous interactions and personal affective ties among participants. Scholars like Anna Roy have broadened the discourse by investigating the nexus of the worlds of informality and insurgence in relation to planning theory. She argues that informality is not just the set of unregulated activities that lie beyond the reach of planning, but rather it is planning that inscribes the informal by designating some activities as authorized and others as unauthorized. This includes demolishing slums while granting legal status to equally illegal suburban developments. Land use management should be able to take into account the lived experience of communities rather than imposing foreign and inappropriate standards. In order to allow and support local activities, social and economic, as well as to transform the land use management and regularization of settlements over time and in an incremental manner. The Isandla Institute, which largely inspired my series of episodes, argues that construing informality through the lens of land use management provides an interesting perspective and provides an opportunity to create a system that is both flexible and accessible while informing a broader strategy of socio-spatial transformation. Over the next 5 episodes, I will be unpacking the nexus of informality and land use management by interviewing a planning expert who has been in the local government arena for over 10 years, an informal barber who has been occupying space informally for over 15 years to make a living for himself as well as his family, as well as a group of students who believe they are the next generation of planners and the answer to this problem. I hope you'll enjoy and learn more. Thank you.